Hey guys, it's PlayThruPanda, and I've been playing some Battlefield 1. Been having a look at the different game types on the setup here. You can see there's Conquest, Domination, Rush, Team Deathmatch, and War Pigeons. I decided to play some Domination, which is basically the capture the flag element of Battlefield 1. It's really fun. I played I think about five or six different games. And it's all-out warfare. The games can be over quite quickly, which is quite nice. If you play something like Conquest, which is all-out objectives, so that's trying to take one another in terms of capturing all the points across the map, then that can be pretty intense. Can be up to sort of 40-50 minutes sometimes on all-out warfare, and that can include all types of vehicles, etc. Whereas things like Team Deathmatch, things like Domination, like this one, for example, that I'm playing with capturing and holding the flags, is way more focused just, purely on, the infantry side of things rather than worrying about tanks and things like that. So I decided to play Assault just because Assault is, straight all out action. You've got your machine gun, you've got your other sort of weapons at your disposal, including I've got on me presently the anti-tank, which is the one I'm firing here. So my overall strategy was just take down some of these buildings and clear the way for some visibility for my my allies to shoot in on them, which I thought was a viable strategy early on, although I probably shot off a couple too many. I've only got one shell here available to me, so I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to try and head in, I'm going to try and shoot someone. So I aimed up with the old anti-tank shell, didn't see anybody, thought, well, I'll run around the side, maybe I'll catch someone there. And quite funny in a second, actually, because I'm running around, I'm trying to get a shot on someone. I see this guy here, try and shoot him down with a machine gun, no good, run all the way around. I'm thinking, I've missed this guy, and then, so lucky, I managed to run straight into him, but I also die all at the same time as well. So yeah, basically, again, just wanting to carry on with the same strategy, just trying to get my anti-tank gun up just to try and shoot down a couple of people if I can. For some unknown reason, I try and shoot this mill down, but the mill actually doesn't get destroyed on this one particular part. So there are parts of the mill, I guess, that do get destroyed. I thought it was changing color slightly to tell me that it was going to fall, but it doesn't. So I thought, oh, okay, great. But I could see there was a flame trooper kit there, and I really wanted to get to it. And for some other reason, I thought it was on the outside of the mill, but it isn't on the outside of the mill. It's actually on the inside of the mill. So there's me looking for it. I'm thinking, where is it? And it's not there, but it's on the inside. I managed to pick that up. It puts the little mask on automatically as part of that, just because I guess, just in case you accidentally got flames in your own face or something. And I was trying to look for someone to kill. What happens now is that I'm looking for someone, and there's some guy, I don't know how he sees me through the smoke behind me, but he starts shooting at me. Actually, it did clear actually looking at the smoke there, but I'm still just searching for someone. I'm like, where is someone? I need someone. And luckily, some guy just walks around that I can see shooting up against one of my allies. I thought, oh, my ally's going to kill him here, but he didn't. He got killed. And I love that little effect as well, where the flamethrower starts up, just like firing the gas before it lights up. And this guy's shooting at me loads. You can see my health just dropping down, but I managed to kill him. I'm on 7 HP, but there's actually two guys here, I think. There's one right in front of me and one behind me. Yeah, I think there's two in the end. There was someone actually shot me. The guy who killed me was way away, so I was definitely going to get slaughtered there. This one, I'm sort of, again, Assault. I just keep going with Assault. And I was originally wanting to go for trying to sort of pick up the enemy's weapons as they fall. But I just love this anti-tank weapon. It's called I think it's called AT rocket gun or something like that. But it's just seriously awesome. It doesn't pack much of a sort of a punch versus infantry. You'll see that in a little bit, actually. But seems to do kind of a set amount of damage to them, usually up to about 65. But I got completely blown away here by a grenade, which is just... Actually, it wasn't a grenade, sorry, just looking at that. It was a mortar, which just totally took me off guard. I quite like it on this map as well, because if you play Team Deathmatch, sometimes the borderlines on the actual maps is smaller to keep the warfare more sort of compact, but on this it's quite nice. This bit's quite kind of funny because I'm kind of trying to take this point, and some guy comes from the right, or at least I can hear some guy, but I actually get killed from the left in about that much seconds. And the other guy just would have come in, I guess would have killed me anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I was desperately trying to take point A. So yeah, you basically spawn near to where your points are around the map, and we had B and C, and we were trying to go for A, and I was just looking just to see if anything had kind of spawned back, like the flamethrower again, which was quite nice. I couldn't see it, but I just decided, well, hey, why don't I run to the top of the mill and maybe I can sort of snipe some people. Now, I don't have a snipe type of gun. I've got a machine gun, but I do have my anti-tank weapon, which I love. And so my idea here was, again, you know, try and shoot out some of the building. But I suddenly thought I probably will actually see some infantry running around in a second. Which is exactly what does happen. So some guy in a second pops around the corner. I accidentally... no, I didn't accidentally. For some reason I thought I shot elsewhere, but I didn't. I actually shot directly on him. And you can see it took 2 shots to kill him. And I've got now 2 rounds left, so that's 1. Oh no, I only had 1 round left. For some reason I thought I had 2 there. So I just lobbed a grenade. I was really hoping that was going to go off and hit them, but it doesn't. And so in the end, I just sort of use my machine gun and try and fire down on them. What happens next is quite interesting, because that's exactly what happens. I get blasted in the mill, I fall and belly flop. I don't sort of stand up or anything like that. I just belly flop onto the ground. But some unfortunate guy is just standing there and he gets mowed down by me. And what I can do if I stop talking, you can hear there's a guy. Yeah, you can hear his footsteps, and I know he's there. And what's hilarious is that the flame thing spawns. The guy realizes, wants to get it, and then unfortunately game ends. So he just stands there getting burned alive. But that was quite interesting, like how desperate people are to go for these sentry points. Which is quite funny. So yeah, unfortunately defeated in that game. It wasn't like a close game or anything. Clearly, it was 59 to 100. Points rack up based on how many points you hold, and obviously the longer over time that you hold more points, the more points you accumulate. So yeah, that's basically what happened there. A couple of people's own photographs and stuff that they put in as well, which are quite interesting, like this guy, flag defender, interesting face. And but straight through into the next game. So this next one is basically I believe is it British versus the Turk? No, it can't be British versus Turk. I think it's Germans versus Turks. We'll soon see in a second anyway. It'll come up and it'll tell us, I'm sure. Anyway, this is quite an interesting one because it's buildings everywhere. So it's basically alleyway warfare, and it's also the main sort of courtyard warfare as well. So you can see you sort of jump reasonably forward straight in. Like if you see the timer at the top, it's counting down, so it's telling you how long until the game is due to start. But if both sides say 10 of 10, it speeds up the game. So all you need is just for both sides to be readied in, and they are. So it's 5 seconds countdown, and then we get to go through. And in this game, I go assault again because I'm just thinking, you know, I've got my anti-tank weapon. For some unknown reason, everyone just spawns on top of one another. Looks a bit weird when everybody spawns on top of one another, to be fair. But there's me straight out with my anti-tank gun. I'm like, whoa, boom, straight in the face, trying to get that guy. And I did think to myself, well, fire again. Maybe I'll hit him. I think it came up saying kill assist there, actually, didn't it? But I thought I could take down some of the building anyway. Anyway, we managed to take objective A, and I'm just trying to think now whether or not we win this game. This is a bit of a wait and see. Some guy tries to chase me up the stairs and gets kind of smushed. I think he was trying to... He might have been reloading in that moment. But anyway, he had a... Well, if you reload with this gun, you'll see like how long it takes to reload with this gun. It's some sort of support gun. And I saw someone on that roof trying to shoot him down. Not really working out too well for me because he doesn't seem to be there anymore. But I hang fire just for a second, just trying to see if I can lay out some bullets into him. But this gun is a support weapon, so one of my earlier sort of plans was to try and like pick up people's weapons as we go through, because people can unlock different weapons, and it takes quite a while to unlock each of the weapons, but if you pick one up, obviously you get to use it. So this support weapon, I don't know exactly what this weapon is. I don't even know, being as the fact that I haven't played much support, whether or not I even have this weapon myself unlocked. But this weapon is brilliant for sort of suppressing down fire. It's got a huge ammunition clip, which means you can let out a lot of bullets quickly. Like that unfortunate soul got a few of them. But basically this was just for a bit of rooftop warfare for me. Surprisingly quite accurate on this weapon. So in a few seconds, or maybe 30 seconds, you'll see I fire down on someone who's a little further away. And surprising accuracy on actually being able to shoot him. Like that, for example. So interesting weapon, this one, in terms of the fact that it got lots of bullets, reasonable accuracy, pretty decent up close. So I think one of the best weapons I think I've seen in the game is a really rapid firing. It's not this one, but a really rapid firing weapon that's owned by the support class, and it always seems to down me in like a second and a half. I'm not even kidding. The only other thing that's sort of more devastating than that, I suppose, up close quarters, is your shotgun. So the shotgun, you know, if you get someone really, you know, coming up close to you, and you shoot with that, it's pretty much one shot kill. But if you do anything with range with the shotgun, it's pretty much abysmal. So I decided to abandon the roof and try and shoot a couple of people who are just around. Managed to get that guy. Reloaded at completely the wrong time though. Reloading there, not so great. If that had just been me on my own, I probably would have got toasted. But luckily I had an ally with me. Again, pretty good accuracy when you consider how far away that guy is. And tried to decide to reload again. I don't know if that was a grenade or what went off there. Mortar shell. Guy runs past. You can see I'm trying to take this point here. Whoever that guy was shooting at didn't realize that I was shooting at him. But I'm trying to take point A, and it stops. So it stops counting down when anybody's in the area who basically wants to stop you from taking that point. You can see it's right down to the edge. And there's clearly one of the enemies is in that area. This is a bit of a mistake by me. I probably shouldn't have left the building. I don't know what happens here. I thought my gas mask wasn't on, but clearly it was. It just didn't show on my interface, so I ended up taking it off. And it's a bit of a toss-up here between holding this point and dying to potential gas. I do unfortunately step a bit too close to it as my health's regenning, and nearly died to it, but managed to capture the point, which is quite good. And actually, if you look at the score, we're 44 up against 19, so we're actually doing really well in this game, just to hold these various points. And I'm essentially just looking for anyone to shoot at this moment in time. Someone shoots me. You probably haven't thought at this moment what's happening in terms of how many people I've killed and how many times I've died. But actually, I haven't died once in this game yet. I'm looking for someone to shoot. A couple of people run past me, but my allies are just doing pretty good in terms of just picking those off, killing them, and disposing of them. You see, I just bring up the scoreboard quickly. I'm reminding myself I haven't actually died yet. That guy basically realizes I'm up there because I'm pretty sure a grenade just went straight over my head. And I'm looking for this guy. I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Someone shoots me from behind, but it's nowhere close. So I guess someone must have just clipped me from the distance. Or it could have just been a stray bullet, to be fair. But we're doing really well. We're over halfway in terms of the score, in terms of winning. And I'm just still scouting around for people to kill. And I'm thinking, I'm probably going to die soon if I'm not careful. Pretty bit of warfare going on here. And laying out some machine gun fire, tossing a grenade as well, just to see if I can actually get someone. And then I thought my ally was going to die, but actually it was me. I died in that moment and got shot down. Objective butter gets lost, which is right in the middle of the map. But I'm back to assault, and I'm like, yay, I've got anti-tank weapon. And I do actually, there is a guy, there was a sniper right there, and I'm trying to shoot him. And I thought, well, that building's going down at any rate. Didn't actually manage to find him, but thought I might expose him enough that my allies might gun him down. So I got sniped there. Someone managed to clip me, dropped me down to 5 HP, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna die, I might as well just try and kill someone, take someone down with me. Managed to actually down that guy who's running past. I also love that if I'm total miss there, but if you run it up against a door, rather than having to press E, the door just smashes out open in front of you, which is really nice. It feels really quite smooth as you're running between some of these buildings. You can get up to quite some speed as you're just sort of running between each of these buildings, just smashing doors open, which is just a lot of fun. Anti-tank weapons, surprise, surprise. This one was great. I managed to land a shot on this guy, but because I take down the wall, I can't realize how much I need to adjust. And the anti-tank shot just goes straight over the top of the building. And that guy comes out of nowhere and just shoots me down, which is just a bit unfortunate. But the game seemed to be over here. You can see 88 kills. That's because I played Team Deathmatch more recently, and sometimes that counts as the skill count. It's up to the same score on Team Deathmatch. It runs up to 100. And obviously that's just based on how many of the opposition you kill. So first lot to 100 wins. And there you go, pure absolute demonstration of what a shotgun does to you close range. It does that, which is why I'd say, close quarters, that is one of the most powerful weapons you can have. And a lot of the weapon choices just come down to what type of map it is you're playing on. If you try and do a bayonet charge like that, yeah, at least perhaps, see someone up in front of you before you try it. But in my experience there, I was just trying to get someone. Unfortunately, I don't know how I totally missed this guy, but I frag him, and then boom, get him with the grenade. And pistol's great as well. If you run out of ammunition with your main weapon and you manage to switch quickly to your pistol, it can be really nice, a really nice way of taking people down. And you can see we end up winning that game, which is really great. And I suppose this really was just a demonstration, just to show you guys what Domination's like on Battlefield 1. So basically, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and like, and also comment in the section below. And I look forward to speaking with you guys again soon. Thanks a lot.